Y'all, welcome back to another video. This is the first thing you should do after buying a rifle or an upper, and I tell all my friends this is the proper thing you should do, which is grab your upper, take the bolt and the charging handle off, and you grab a action rod like this Wheeler here. With when you want an action rod with a sail, this Wheeler here or Midwest Industries action rod, and you want to slide it in your upper. And if it doesn't go in smooth like this, it is misaligned. Your upper is misaligned, and you are actively damaging your bolt lugs without even knowing it. And I understand that a lot of people don't think that these are necessary, and those people would be wrong. I was shocked with the amount of people in my last video who said that this stuff wasn't necessary. And this is the issue. A lot of companies, and I'm not gonna name drop any companies, but a lot of the cheaper brands that produce AR-15s, uppers, they do not assemble rifles with the proper equipment. It's one thing for a regular average citizen to decide that I'm not going to use an action rod to put my upper together, and I'm not going to use a armorer's wrench and a torque wrench to do it the right way. But for a company that sells this stuff commercially, it's unacceptable, and it happens more often than not. Again, I'm not going to try to name drop any companies. This is not the purpose of this video. I'm just letting you guys know that there are a lot of companies out there who are not putting uppers and rifles together the right way or using the right equipment. So that is the first thing that you should do. And if it doesn't go in smoothly, you should retorque it properly using the proper equipment, and that should fix your issues. Again, just because you don't physically see issues or you're not aware of any issues does not mean that things aren't happening behind the scenes and damage isn't happening internally with your rifle. There's been countless of times with friends that, for example, had, and again, this is not me name dropping a company saying that they're the only ones that do it, but it's happened way too much for me not to say this. But I have friends that they love PSA, but I'm having issues with my PSA and da 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 da. I drop a action rod in there and it does not go in smoothly. It does not go in all the way at all, which means that their upper is misaligned when they were putting their barrel and their upper together. So having something like this is extremely, I mean, this is 60 bucks. The Midwest, I can't remember what the Midwest price, it's not super expensive. And I highly recommend buying a action rod with a sail. That way you're putting your uppers together the proper way, and you're able to properly check commercial companies' work after the fact. Because if you don't have something like this, you will not be able to do the proper checks to make sure that they put together your upper the right way. And misalignment in uppers is fairly common. It is very common. It's actually kind of shocking, but I tell people, don't rely and depend on these companies to let you know that the work was done properly. Check it yourself. Make sure you go behind their work and check it yourself, because we live in a time right now, and it sucks to say, but we live in a time right now where companies are prioritizing profits over quality. Things aren't made as good as they used to be made. And I know that I sound old saying that, but it's true. Things are not being made as good as they used to be made. Companies are prioritizing profit. They're not using the proper tools, and you're getting a subpar product. And if you don't have the proper tools to double check that your product was assembled the right way, you may potentially be causing more harm because you're not aware until the problem presents itself. So again, please get yourself, if you don't have one, please get yourself a action rod with a sail so that you can, A, properly put your own ARs together, and B, double check that the AR-15s that you're buying commercially or uppers are assembled the right way. So I don't see a lot of people talking about this, but this is extremely important. And I mean, rifles are not that complicated, guys. So like, the fact that so many people have issues with rifles is either you're not using the proper equipment, or you're not buying quality parts and or rifles from companies who are taking their work seriously. And there's a lot of those companies out there. So be aware, and again, double check these people's work, because they do not care about you. They'll rely on their excellent warranty to clean up their mess, which is unacceptable, but it's the world that we live in. So first thing you should do after bringing your upper or AR-15 home is stick a action rod with a sail in your upper and make sure that it goes in smoothly. If it doesn't, it is not properly torqued and is misaligned, and you're damaging your upper every time that you're using your rifle. So just wanted to make a quick video on that. My last video, there was way too many people complaining, saying that you don't need this stuff. I put together my AR-15 using just this. And it's like, again, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. We need to bring back pride and doing things the right way. Like, we can, like, I don't especially in our industry, we spend so much money on this crap, on this stuff. And for you to tell me that you're not willing to buy the proper equipment so you can properly do this thing, to me, is unacceptable. So, and there's a lot of guys out there giving out advice saying that you don't need this, you don't need that. If you're not using the proper tools to put your AR-15s and your uppers together, stop giving advice to newbies and other people who don't know any better, because you are not doing it the proper way. Like, this stuff pisses me off when I see people giving out advice on YouTube, Reddit, all these places, and they're not even using the proper tools or doing things the right way. Stop giving people advice. So just wanted to go on here and kind of rant for a little bit and let you guys know that you need to be double checking these companies' work. And that's all I have for today. So as always, thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for all the support. I love you all. Be positive, do something great, recycle, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Deuces.